Hello there and welcome to my nest. I'm Kate and I so appreciate you joining me right now. Welcome to all my subbies, and this is a bit of a share. It's going to be a stitch along because I'm just home from Open Studio. I had lots of projects in my bag and I thought I would for this afternoon just continue stitching on one of them. So I took my little bowerbird nest out. This is the one that's got all sorts of bits and pieces in it, little bits of stray thrifted jewellery, beading there, and that's just full of different cottons and wools. Additional to that is I'm going to work on my travel pouch, the Bron pouch that I will take with me to India, which is still a while off, but you know me, I like to make a collection. I did put together this little tiny piece of braid to make a little cute pocket. Anyone could do the same. So this one here, similarly, I'm just showing you. I just put the edges in and stitched down the side. So I'm thinking of that, using that as a pocket on this piece. So what else do I need? I need to ask how you are going. The weeks are speeding by, aren't they? I can't believe Tuesday for us has come and gone. I have a lot of hay fever, so sorry if my voice is croaky. I feel like I'm full up to nowhere because we've got blossoms and we've got wind and that combination. Okay, the other thing that I haven't shown you is I've always got my eyes out in a thrift store, and especially now I'm into beads. I picked this up on the weekend, or maybe I did show you, I can't remember, but I love it and I'm thinking it might have a home on here. I'm into this little braiding that I've had for a while. I think it could go on there. I did at one stage think this little bit of vintage sheet. So that's just inspiration in there and cottons. And I took with me my little pins and needles, which continues to evolve since you last saw it. I've reinforced that, and I put a pocket here, and oh so handily I have a needle threader on a safety pin. I love this. Like, this was a priest's garment. Where did this come from? The UK. Yeah, all sorts. Zoe's blanket, all sorts of stories on here, but it's feeling really nice in my hands now. Oh, and I've put some I'm going to keep. So last night I didn't feel like doing a big project, mainly because my head was so full. Oh, and I put those on there. Anyway, that's contrasting colours to this piece. So I think I shared some pictures on Instagram, but I don't think I showed you where we were up to. So today I have been embellishing these flowers. I have gouached, painted with gouache these flowers that were quite obvious, and this one probably needs to be done again. I've been adding some little French knots there, and I'm working, and the lovely Lisa, who did my story pouch course last Monday, was there again with hers, and she had gone through, this is what I love, she'd gone through her stash at home and come up with that she had this material, and I said that just goes with my pouch perfectly, because she bought it to show me. She has a sofa covered in this, so there's two little bits of Lisa already on my pouch, and you know that if you've been here for me for a while, that is how I like to work. This birdie, and remember we're working on, how about I just show you lots of bits, because I jump, don't I, from one thing to another. Lots of embroidery going on here, thread painting like that. I've started to outline the edge of this flower, and let's stick on this one, Kate. Oh, can I just show you my book? No, let's keep the colours right. Okay, so this spot here on the front needs a special piece, and I'm going to cut straight to the chase. I'm wondering, it's a lot of glare and I can't see, but I'm wondering if something like that would fit. And I don't know what this is on. Do you think my scissors would cut it? I'll get out my my paper scissors rather than good scissors. What's it threaded on? Let's chop this one. It's like fishing line, which is quite secure. So, do you see what I mean? Wouldn't that be cool? I'm going to chop that one there. Oh, lost a big bead, but that's good to know. So I have to anchor that on. I might go this side. Yeah, and then I can put it down like that. Okay, so that bead will go somewhere like that. I had this piece of, I was also thinking about that. So remember, we can build foundations and collage, but it's the layer upon layer that continues. This piece I'd like to put here, and in fact that's what I'm going to commit to, commit to. So my 4th newsletter has just flown the nest, and thank you to those of you who are following that. It's always a joy, and to get, it's an honour to be in your inbox, but to get lovely comments from people who watch me on here is just the icing on the cake. You know, it's like we're going across platforms. I sort of like to use this from the sewing basket, $2 that I got when I was there last time with Mum. Keeping my eyes open for bargains. Gutermann, and because it's nice and fine, the hardest thing though I find is to actually get the label off. They're not going to be very good for that. So it's like a talk amongst yourself moment right now, because Kate is hindered by the most basic thing. But there we are. So someone has bought that beautiful coloured thread, and now it's telling me it belongs on here. So I'm just going to do, I don't usually work with threads this skinny. I'll just change needles. So I wish sometimes that I could just have a magic camera where I could turn it on and everyone could hold up their work that you are working on right now, because again, that's the joy of you know, community and sharing this wonderful pastime. And that's what, I know I'm very, very lucky, and not many of you have access, but just one session like today, there were people doing tiny crosswords, what am I trying to say? Cross stitch. There were knitters, incredible knitters, stitches. My friend M was making a hexagon lampshade, so he was working on a little scissor keep. Kristen and Missy spent some time on, is it rug hooking? Because they found a little kit at the thrift store on the weekend. Now that's something I never tried, but I love that sense of what we find. I had some ladies there who had done my crochet course, contemporary crochet, so they brought along their work, and someone said, "You sound like a proud mum," and I actually said I do. I'm thrilled with what they have been making, and I showed them again how to make fabric strips, and yeah, the place was buzzing. Others were doing applique. Trying to think of what I've missed out around the room. Needle books, all sorts of things. And just by looking at the work of others, or what other people even are wearing that they've made or embellished, it's so fun. Okay, so I did that back first, so I'm using it like a binding, if you like, and I love that effect of not the whole length but just an odd. And here the gold and the gold resonate, even though they are countries apart in their origin. I think when I bought this, it was French. Yeah, the man in the shop told me it was French. So, oh, I've got a string there, it's all right. So you can hardly see this, but I'm doing over is it an overstitch? See, I'm a bit quiet because I've been in the company of others that we chat and then we go quiet because we're making bits. I have decided that I will probably end up lining this one. Yes, do not faint, but I feel that that would also be a beautiful experience to have something sumptuous inside there. So no firm rules on what goes where. So I've got that, thinking that's there. We have a go at this. Yes, we will. And I've also got these beads that I took out that I didn't use, but I would definitely like to put some beads on here. All right, how are we going to attach that? It doesn't really matter because it won't be seen. We'll go orange. I don't think I'd do that again, just for your info, I suppose. I mean, I loved doing it and following the pattern, but much too pointy and for me. And I've already started working over it, and I think these will turn into flowers or a pattern, or who knows, something over the top even. I do love these little pom-poms there. So I'm going to come up, just take literally a stab in the dark. And hope for the best. Okay, I've hooked that one. getting dark quickly actually, which is unusual because it's been so sunny lately. So basically I'm going over a bead through to the back, pulling tight, and coming up again. Picked up some other thread there, but it's hard to show you actually. It's a bit awkward, isn't it? Let's go this way. I'm sort of just coming back in no ordered fashion at all, just securing. Is that supposed to be down there? Did I lasso that? I did. Now, yes, I have broken the thread, but I will go over and over. To see, because we can't have that little end sticking up there, can we? As I said last time, even if these aren't your colours, I hope they're just cheery. Cheering you up. A few more randoms. Okay, now let's come out here. Let's get a sense of what that's done. Yep. So there it is, just that tactile addition. Now I've got plenty of, oh, I'm back to squeaky chair. Got plenty of orange thread here. So let's just learn about some, oh gosh. I need to burn that end, don't I? See, I do things so you can learn. It's too miraculous to think that they would just stay on there. So that is unconnected now. So let's come back. That's the little one there. This needle could go through them, but it's too big. So that's the little ones, and then I want this one. Sorry if I'm just sound like I'm muttering, I am. It's called problem solving on the way. Now, what have I done? Ah, got myself in a pickle. It's like we're all holding our breath. What will happen next? I'll just pull. Oh, no, I shouldn't have. Start again. So I probably won't show the working any more of this. That's why I thought, I think I've only done part 1. I could have done part 2. But just to show you that. So much fun. Think of a reason that you need a new pouch. Or be inspired by what you find around you. Okay. Just finish that off in there. Remember that will be covered. All right, let's go for a little walk. And I still have to finish that bottom end there. Let's go for a little walk over here. So I need more colour in this area. I tried out this wool here, but I think the variegation wasn't close enough. I don't know about you, but that, you learn. I'd like to actually embellish this flower up here. We might do something like that. Was that in wool? Yes. Yeah, because I've got lots of cotton here. I don't know whether you can see this. This is piled up to here on this side, and on this side is piled up to here. So there could be an avalanche at any moment. This is why I don't spend a lot of time putting my threads together, because they get twisted up even. I've really enjoyed this weave, and I think I was talking to Lisa about this and then showed her that way, and I might do more weaving as we go forward. But that was my early attempt at weaving, I've just realised, and I didn't go very far. I've got that doubled accidentally, which I don't think is a bad thing. So let's just start in the middle of this pretty little petal and make a knot. Oh, see, now it's come undone, which is better. I like how the wool just gives it height. And you still see the colour behind. These are, it's like a little bit like a carnation shape. Serrated petals. So all I'm doing is really, what am I doing? A sort of satin stitch with gaps. It's all the one stitch, isn't it? Depending on the direction you go. you still there? Because I'm still here, but I do feel a little tired after all my excitement. Busy week. So literally just going round the corners. Now up to here. Not going round corners, MIC. It's better if I stop talking today because my words aren't making much sense. Now, seeing we've got space, why don't we come in up in the middle? Untwist here this wool. Better just check we're still recording because I haven't done my memory very often lately. So far, so good. One, two, three, 4, and 5. So from that one flower, look what we've done. She's got height and interest and texture. Right, what else did I say that I had that I might like to see? For me, this is a bit dull. And I ended up, did I paint over here? No, I added orange there. So it may be, let's just make this straight. It may be that we add flower to flower style. Something like that, which I actually like. And I don't mind that I've gone over that flower because this is the birdie. So you have to remember birdie. I need to make the beak and give her an eye. What about there? I had some, oh, it's probably in here. Oops. Isn't it funny, I've already nearly, that wouldn't be bad. Used up all of particular colours. So this is really, when I look at it now, it's like a pink and orange bag pouch. I haven't done one of those for a long time. I've got this one here. Because I was keeping some things in it, and I love just going back. But look at that. Birdie 1 and birdie 2. When this makes me smile. I was just about to say when they're stacked on each other. I have so many now that they're falling over in their stacks. Okay, let's just do a little, put one pin in there. So this is why I do talk about story pouches, because every piece of this I will remember where it came from. And I know many of you are finding heirlooms and gifted and thrifted things at the moment, and it's just lovely to have that sense of, yeah, remembering and honouring. So I've just done a little postage patch, really, with big chunky stitches. My idea now is, once I get in here, is to, let's make this flower, which you can't really see now, but let's turn it into a flower. Well, I mean, make it more obviously a flower. Just going to go down and around. We'll do one up there. It's more like one of those crazy stars. Okay, so because we've got plenty of orange, let's see if we can make these a bit more like petals, even though I can't see, and you will know as well as me that it depends on how obvious the fabric printing is to whether you can see the actual flower. So I've done that there, traveling a long way under here, but I've got thread to do it. Let's go along this little darker bit here. So lovely to spend time with you doing this. It's like a whole day of stitching. Even though it's a Tuesday. And I know not many people watch on Tuesdays, but if you're here, thank you. There. Now there's a big blob over there which way would that flower, because if that's the center there, oh, this is this flower, so let's go up the other way. And even if they don't make realistic sense, it's just adding to the layering of the fabric. Once you get started, I love, look at that in there, that's a variegated pearl. I need to visit the thread shop again because I'm going through it at the rate of knots. Huh? Sorry, that's a pun. Because they're the knots and I didn't even realise I was saying that. Neighbour's dog is barking. They're coming home from work like clockwork. And in there. Okay, so let's have a quick look at this, as in what I've done. So, a little bit of vintage sheeting. Here's our bird. I need to, look, there might be one more. Random at the moment. Stitching developing on this side. Absolutely love those beads there. Need to put that down. And I still have to resolve this up here. And I keep saying this and I know it's true. It's like I know that there's a little curved bit there that's waiting. That's not it, but isn't that beautiful? I'm not going to leave that like that, but I want something to fill in the gap. So there we are. Lots of fun for me, and I hope some smiles for you, even if it was the sacrifice of the beaded necklace. Oh, now we're collapsing pink beads. Yeah, I think there'll be another one of these, and then I'll put her away, ready for my trip. So until next time, thank you so much for joining me early in the week. Have a great time, and I'll be back again with you soon. This is Kate. Bye for now.